All right, welcome back, Organic Fanatics. Today is January 10th. All right, we just played the Milwaukee Bucks last night. We took a L. A lot of people freaking out as usual. Shocker. Um, Overall, in the last 18 games, we won 12. So we're 12-6 in the last 18 games. Last time I recall, that's a winning record overall in the last couple of games. We played the Milwaukee Bucks, who are in the third position currently. We're halfway through the season. Right now, we're exactly 40 games or 41 games in the season. So, exactly half of what the season is. And we're above 500. We're currently in seventh place. We're above, the only team above us right now is Bucks, Philly, Boston's at the top, Indiana by one game. The East is very close, and we have a better record than the number four team in the West, which is Dallas. Dallas is only better than us by one game, and they're in fourth position in the West. We have a better record than Golden State, who's 20-20. We have a better record than a lot of teams, but yet we're still getting grief about the coach, players, trade, fire, but y'all don't look at the whole of where we're at. We have a better record than a lot of teams, better than the Bulls, better than a lot of teams, man. A lot of teams. And Cleveland's ahead of us as well. But there's a lot of teams that we have a better record than, and we're still learning. We're still going to have RJ. No excuse, because if you're wearing a uniform and you're on the floor, you got to perform. That's how I look at it. Ain't no excuses. So it was a good game. We're up by about 17 against them. NBA is a game of runs. Teams are going to make a run. You got to counter it. They made a late run with not much time on the clock. I think it was within the last 6 minutes of the fourth quarter. So it's hard to counter that run and make a play. We fought valiantly. We made it back. Jalen Brunson is that dude. Uh, he made a lot of big shots. So we fought back. It's a good game. We were in the game. We were leading in the game. So it's not like we're getting destroyed of the Knicks of old, where we're getting demolished. We were in the game. We're fighting. It just could, there's adjustments you can always make, but they made shots that the Drew Holiday shots, like they were just shots that they just hit. It's NBA. The guys are here for a reason. They're getting Mills for a reason. They're a championship team for a reason. Um, Drew Holiday is a good player, So Connaughton, we left them open here and there, but overall the scheme worked to where we were winning the game. We just didn't close it out. So that's something that we got to learn. Is it on the coach? Is it on the players? There was some weak side help that lacked. Some players, I don't want to call it tired legs or they were exhausted. It was just mental errors. They were those mental errors. Opportunities that we could have done. I think we need to do more better ball movement still. I think that's an area that we definitely need to work on. I think we were low on assists. So it was a half court game. It was basically playoff basketball from the beginning to the end. There was no fast break opportunities. There was very minimal ball movement. Obi could play a factor in that. Yesterday was his first game. He had a shot. You can't expect him to come out there and be typical Obi. It's going to take some time for him to get back in the game, just like it is for RJ. Before you guys start nailing him at the cross, it's going to take him some time to get back from a lacerated hand, to get used to dribbling. I said it the last video. I'm going to say it again. It's going to take time for them to adjust. But considering that everybody from the bench has picked it up, IQ's played very good in RJ's absence. And the absence that we had, that RJ's been down, we won 5 games. So there's a lot of pluses. There's more positives than negatives. You know what I mean? Of course, we're a pessimistic fan base, so we're a pessimistic fan base. So we're always looking at a negative aspect. We can't look at positive that's going on there. We always want to fire the coach. This coach is doing better than Steve Kerr right now. He's doing better than Nate McMillan. He's doing better than a lot of coaches out there. Who's better than who you have right now? They're already taken. Nobody that's an assistant coach right now is going to do better than our head coach that we have now. It's a fact. If you think I'm wrong, put it in the comment who you want to select. I said it for like 10 videos. No one's put a comment on there of who you would select that's better than Tom Thibodeau right now. And the players have bought into Tibbs. They understand the schemes. You have to have a foundation if you're going to build. You need stability. You can't have a carousel of coaches coming in and out. That's why he's still around. That's the whole reason he's around. You need stability, and defense wins games. In the last 10 games, we're number 1 and number 2 in defense. You can't argue statistics. Numbers don't lie, fans do. So overall, we're number 1 and 2 in the last 10 games in defense. So that's what wins championships. Can he? As people want him fired, they want him to adjust in-game rotations, and I can see that. That's an area of opportunity for him. In-game rotations, in-game substitution, live substitutions. I think that's something that he can get better in. And also you got to hold those players accountable. That if you're in there, you got to produce. It's on you. Tibbs can't dribble the ball. He can't shoot the ball. He can't cover the people. It's effort that you got to put on there. It's got to be the help defense. I think with offensive rotation, if we were moving the ball more, it would have got Mitch in. Mitch was kind of invisible yesterday. It was a big cover, but he still has to bring production. He still has to be able to find a way to score. I think pick and rolls is a great opportunity for us to involve Mitch in pick and rolls, pick and roll with him and lobs. That's something that should easily get us 10 points a game. Easy, easy. There's no reason we can't get him pick and roll, lob, pick and roll, lob. At least early. Get him involved early so he's going to want to keep giving that effort in defense. So we got to get the other players. Now, this later half of the year, IQ's got his ball rolling. Grimes, he's got his stuff rolling. We got to get the little bit of other players. Try to get Deuce. I think Randall's been trying to get him involved. He's been passing him. If we can get Deuce to like 10 points a game and consistent play with Robinson involved in some kind of offense, not so much him shooting the ball, which we've seen him in the paint. He's done a couple of little hook shots. Those are good. Get them early. Get them involved early so they can want to continue to play defense. I think if you get them early, we know Randall could get a shot. We know Jalen can get a shot. We know RJ's going to get 20 somehow, some way. We know Grimes can shoot, play, make, drive. We got that. We know IQ can do it. Now we need those last little pieces, like the Grayson Islands of their team that got involved, the Donkey, whatever the other 3-point shooter is. They're other players, other role players, know that they can get a touch here and there. So we got to let our role players know that they're going to be able to produce at some point in time. That you're going to trust in them to shoot the shot. Again, Randall has been doing that with Deuce. So has Evan. Evan has the last couple of shots that Deuce hit. I believe Evan was the one that got him the assist on those. So Evan looks like he's getting back into the rotation. I think he fits good with the bench. We're going to need that offense from the bench. So this is going to be the last half tweaking. So you're going to see some tweaks. We may lose some. You're going to see Evan somehow involved. You're going to see Deuce involved. You're going to see OB back in the rotation. So the next adjustment you're going to see is getting Evan involved, OB getting back into the flow, and RJ finding back his rhythm that he had when he was balling before that laceration. So you're going to see some bumps and bruises. I said 44 games. That's still a winning record. That's still a playoff PTSD, playoff talk syndrome. Uh, we can probably start saying it closer to now because we're up there. We've been consistent. I think we finished the season with a 500, above 500 record, which is we're ahead of schedule. We didn't think we were gonna be this far. We didn't think we'd be in this conversation. And the teams that have beat us with these losses have been playoff teams. It hasn't been the booty teams or butt teams or the teams that are at the bottom. And there's some teams at the bottom that are really good. It's the luck of the injury. But that's just the way the NBA goes. But the teams that have beat us probably consistently, the Bucks have been playoff teams, and those teams that we've lost to, I think we can learn how to beat them in a series or learn to make the adjustments on there. Hopefully, Tibbs starts learning in-game adjustments. We were winning until the end, so you can't say it's bad coaching all the time. We won 12 out of 18. You can't say that's bad coaching. Um, so you gotta. He's involved everybody. He didn't play Deuce last year. Deuce is playing now. He didn't involve Grimes. Grimes is playing heavy minutes now. Uh, I mean, you got to be consistent as a fan, as consistent as you want the coach and players to be. Consistency as a fan is just as much. Right? We're the sixth man, so you got to be able to be consistent on your calling. You can't be flip flopping like a fish out of water every time. Oh, I fire Tibbs, trade everybody. Oh, we're doing great. We're doing wonderful. We're gonna take the playoffs, and then fire him. Come on, man. Come on, come on. And for all you that, which is fine, we all have our perspectives. Firing, if you have the mentality of firing coach, trading Randall, you must give an example, and not an example, a scenario of what we replace that. If you want to trade Randall, how do we get 25, 10, and 5 back? And better than that. There's no such thing as tank. We've been tanking for 10 years and hasn't worked. So the plan that they're doing, I'm going to tell you in advance. I'm telling you. What Leon is doing, he's putting a great product of starters that can get us playoff and advance little by little and grow that way, and develop our youth underneath those starters. So when those starters are older, that the youth can fall right into play with the same system that Tibbs done. And then they're going to draft players to learn in the system. You put a good quality product of starters on there that can be a good product for starters, good to make it in playoffs or fight, a good fighting team to build a good culture. So that way the youth can get in and then replace them and hopefully exceed them and be a better product going forward. And learning that system, learning that consistency, learning the product. That's what's supposed to be happening now. And that's what you're seeing. You're confused about it. If you know basketball, you can see it. Obviously, we don't know basketball and we're flailing at the arms. Just, oh my God, what's happening? Leon is putting good starters, and everything that he's put on there, all our starters have not only got great value as far as them taking contracts, we've got them for great value. Would you say Randall's better than Porzingis now? I would say yes. He's been consistent. He's been an All NBA player, working All Star, working on his All NBA player. So that was a hit. We got that for 60, got rid of him, and got Randall. That's a win. Okay. The other picks that we've gotten are all giving us opportunities to get other players. Leon has hit it out the park with the players we got. The Quentin Grimes and Ike that we're looking for, we got them late in the lottery. And all them other players that y'all wanted, you don't even see them in any highlight or any team. There's a few, Bones Highland and stuff like that. So there's a couple of other players that have done well, but again, it's because that they fit that system. They fit that system. So the players have to fit the system to develop and show their skill set. So I would say Leon hit a home run with Quentin, hit a home run with IQ. Sims is up and coming. He still needs some time to develop. Hit a good hit with Obi. So we're hitting on our drafts, which is very hard to do. So our drafting process, our scouting process, our selections, and what we're turning into revenue, not only hitting our picks, but getting multiple picks while trading down. So all that he's done is worked into a good product. So the kids that nobody wanted to trade is because we picked them at a certain aspect that people were mad. They wanted us to trade up and get all this other stuff for all these other players. Where's Jaden Ivey now? They wanted 5 first rounders. Where's Jaden? Is he balling? Is he that dude? Nah, he ain't. Right? Cleveland's barely ahead of us, and we would have given them 5 first rounds for Donovan Mitchell. And I love Donovan, but ain't nobody worth five. Plain and simple. Or the youth. Right? So we're not too far behind them. We might even see them in the playoffs. All right, with what we have. So let me come back. I'm calling you off the ledge. Just it's gonna be a process, man. Next year with everybody, whoever we keep, then you're gonna see that next tier step. But we're in the playoff conversation right now. With what we have, with people didn't think we were gonna even be anywhere. We thought everybody was saying that if we got Donovan, we'd be in a playoff talk and maybe a second round. Maybe make it to the second round of the playoffs. We're in there right now while keeping all our picks. So let's relax. Leon's looking for maybe one more starter, all star starter capable. I think, in my opinion, this is my opinion. I think if Leon can find an all star starting capable player, it doesn't have to be a superstar, but a good all star to fit in that starting lineup. That's why I think you heard about Tobias Harris. If we can get someone of that caliber I would love to see Mikal Bridges from Phoenix if they keep imploding. Look out for that. Mikal played with Jalen. That's just my speculation. Players like that, those two players that you can kind of plug right into the starting lineup. You move Quentin down to the bench. Of course, he's phenomenal, but he would be even more phenomenal with Deuce, Evan, and other players, stuff like that, that you can put in a formidable. Now you got two potential starting teams, which is what Milwaukee has. Then you're talking championship style. So I think that's what Leon's trying to do. Get another starter that can fit in well. A Tobias Harris, a Mikal Bridges, something like that would fit well. That'll easily get us in the playoffs. That'll get us second round conversation, and then a very formidable bench. Now you're talking about a full deep roster, and that's without a superstar talent. That's without depleting all your assets, and then at that, now you're talking if a player wants to leave a team, the Knicks is deep. I'm gonna go. My contract expires. I'm not gonna force a trade because then that's gonna deplete the team. Now I can go to a team that's already ready for me, and I'll take it to the next level. A team that's ready to waive their contract. Where you're seeing Mikal Bridges, Jordan Clarkson just did not sign the extensions because they want to see go to a team that they want to go to. That's what I think you're gonna see a superstar do. Get to that point where they won't sign an extension, won't make a team deplete themselves, and then join us. I don't think it's going to be by trade and give them 5 trades or something like that. I don't think it's going to be like that. A smart player wouldn't do it because they would be in the same boat they're doing now. Luca, it's possible, but to me, it's early, and this is a harsh criticism about Luca. Early, I say he's kind of like a James Harden type player. He's great stats, but they're not winning with him. And he's had good talent around him. He's had Porzingis. They got Chris Wood, which they're finally starting to use Chris Wood. Uh, good now, so they'll be okay. But I don't know if he's superstar to take you over that hump. He is that guy. He's gonna give you triple doubles, but so is Westbrook, right? Westbrook broke all these records, triple doubles, and is not winning. It's not winning basketball. So you need players to win. I don't see it as throwing a lot of weight towards them. So, my opinion, I gave you out a lot of think on and chew on now, but overall, we're winning. Get off the ledge. We have a winning record in the last sub 20 games. We're in the playoff hunt. We're in the sixth place. I still think we may drop close to eighth. Between adjustment of the players, between RJ, Obi, adjusting, getting back to their normal self, and then other players starting to come out. Hopefully, we find G League Deuce offense. I don't think it's gonna be the 30s. If we can get Deuce to contribute 10 points, probably 3 out of 3 for 3 pointers, because now he's a catch and shoot guy rather than in G League. He is that guy controlling the rock, making the offensive calls. So it's a different role that he has. So he's adjusting to his role. That's why you don't see Deuce explosion on offense. Be like, where is his offense? It's a different role. He's a catch and shoot, guard every hard player we got. And if all of our 3 players can't find a shot that they like, then we'll throw it to you with a couple of seconds left on the clock, and you got to produce. It's a whole different role than when he was in the G League, being that guy, controlling the offense, shooting the shots he wants, finding the players he wants. It's a different. He had the Jalen Brunson role. That's a whole lot different than stand, catch, and shoot and defend everybody. So that's why you don't see it. For you non-basketball people that don't understand, that's why you see him not getting them points. And I'm not a savant for basketball. I just watch it enough to know. I know not to get crazy off of it. But I know you guys are awesome, and you guys have your own individual thoughts. You don't have to think like me, and I don't expect you to. But I'd love to hear from you. Me, my brother, my cousins, the Organic Fanatics, us here at the Organic Fanatic Show want to hear from you so we can reply to your comments. We want to see you guys log in when we go live. We want to hear from you guys because your voice is important, even if it's not what we think. It's not what we think. We don't want you to be robots. We want you to be you. We want you to be organic. And we love y'all for it. We appreciate you. Share your thoughts. Tell me if I'm wrong. Say, you're freaking crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. I want to hear that. I don't mind it. Comment, like it, share it. Get us out there, cause I see a lot of people out there that are getting thousands of views in their channel. But I still support you anyway. Even if you guys are that channel, I support y'all. Everybody. So if you like me, I like you. You probably see me in your chats or your live, commenting on there. We love y'all, support y'all. Peace, love, and recycle. Alright. Okay. Peace out.